Do you feel the vibes?
Hi there everyone, Dragon Slayer here again, and now I'll be making a fourth tutorial on Roblox and Scratch 3.0. So, in this episode, or this part of this series, I will be talking about event blocks. And in general, what your event blocks do is they will be starting off every single piece of code. And what do I mean by that? Well, when you look at most of these blocks, aside from these two, you'll see that although on the bottom you can clip on other blocks, such as this weight block, you may not clip on blocks to the top, meaning that this is the first block in any code. If there's this rounded edge to it, that means that no other block will start before this, and this is the first block. So one of your most simple event blocks, and one that is the most commonly seen if you look inside any game, is the one green flag clicked block. And what this is that you see up here the green flag. So if I clicked on this, it would activate this block. And to see if that works, let's try to use one of the motion blocks that I went over previously, and say when green flag clicked, move 10 steps. And as you see here, it would just click in. If I go back into events, I will be using this move 10 steps for the rest of this, so let's click the green flag. And you can see right now that it moves. And I can bring it back if I wanted to. There, so that's what the green flag does. And there might be some times when you might be using a loop such as a forever loop, and then this red flag right here is very useful for resetting everything when you just want the green flag to be clicked. Our next event block is the when space key, or any key actually, is pressed. If you look in here, we have every single key aside from a few characters. So you have your numbers, your letters, if any key is pressed, and your space and arrows. So you don't have like plus and minus and all of those special keys. However, you do have your letters, your numbers, and your arrow keys in the spacebar. So that is pretty useful. So I could move my 10 blocks, my move 10 steps block to the when space key pressed, and if I press my space key, you would see that it actually moves. And you now do see that it actually activates the green flag too, right there. But if I did click on the green flag manually, it actually wouldn't do anything. Now, our next thing is the when the sprite is clicked. And what this does is that it's like a button. So if pretend this was a button and I clicked on it, it then moves. See? So that's what that one does. Then we have the one loudness is greater than 10. And what this does is that you need you require a mic for this. However, when you say something into the mic, it actually predicts, or it gives a loudness level to it. And if you were talking really quietly, then the loudness level will be lower. And then if you were screaming into the mic, it would be really high. And then when your loudness level is a certain amount, then this block would activate. Right now, my Scratch does not have permission to use my mic, and so I could not show the loudness level for this block. However, there is also a timer for this, and you will use the timer when you are talking more about sensing, right? You could manipulate your timer. However, for now, just keep in mind that whenever you could also make this a conditional, like after 10 minutes, 10 hours, 10 seconds, make something happen. So that this block I cannot show you right now. However, it is a useful block if you were trying to make your someone who's playing your game or seeing your game say something into the mic for your game to pick up, or even also use the timer for it to set conditional statements after a certain amount of time if something happens. our next thing is the when I receive and broadcast. So what this is used for is in some pieces of code you might see only one start or like multiple starts, but there's actually a way to connect these the end of one piece of code and the beginning of another piece of code together, and this is the broadcast. So if I just took a when green flag clicked and I said broadcast message 1 and wait, and then say when I receive message 1 move 10 steps, and I click the green flag, you could actually just see that it would happen really quickly. If I just added this wait block here just for viewing purposes and clicked on this, you see it first waits a second and then it moves. So you can actually create your own messages and actually like label them to do specific things like talk, run, run away, and so on. And basically all this does is that it signals in one piece of code to start another line of code. And that's your events blocks for you. Be sure to try out your events blocks with your looks, sound, and motion blocks. Experiment around. You finally have the arsenal to start making your very first blocks of code. And if you already saw in this video, I did start that too. You can use your when green flag click block with some look blocks and motion blocks to make your cat start growing big and small and then going around and walking around everywhere. So just get familiar with these blocks too, as whenever you want to make your cat do something, you want to make your sprite start a new line of code, you'll most likely be using one of these blocks. There is another very first block or that you might see very frequently used, and that would be when I start as a clone, which is actually found in the control section. That'll be I will be showing you later in the next part. So look forward to that. Like and subscribe. It really helps my channel, and share this with anyone who you think will enjoy to learn how to code Scratch. See you soon, and bye guys!